back, viewers. You're watching The Savera and I'm Shefali. In a move set to redefine America's military identity, President Donald Trump will now sign an executive order renaming the Department of Finance as the Department of War, according to U.S. media reports citing senior White House officials. The decision, which Trump has been hinting as for weeks, marked a dramatic return to the pre-1947 designation of the Pentagon. Officials say the renaming is intended to restore historical clarity while projecting a more aggressive and combat-driven image of America's armed forces. The Department of War was established in 1789, serving as the nation's central military authority for over 150 years. Under that name, the United States fought and won World War I and World War II. In 1947, President Harry Truman signed the National Security Act, which reconstructed the military to include the newly created Air Force along with the Army and Navy. By 1949, the Pentagon was formally rebranded as the Department of Defense, reflecting a shift towards a posture strategy of different national security and containment rather than outright offensive warfare. Trump's order seeks to reverse that decades-old framing, replacing the language of defense with the terminology that explicit underscores offense, combat, and power projection. Reviewing the move last month, Trump told reporters, "We call it as Department of Defense, but between us, I think we're gonna change the name. We won World War I, World War II. It was called the Department of War, and to me, that's really what it is." White House talking points described the change as an effort to revive the warrior ethos within the U.S. military, stressing offensive capabilities in an era of escalating global competition. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, a long-time Trump ally and military veteran, has strongly backed the initiative. "We won World War I and World War II, not with the Department of Defense, but with the War of Department," Hegseth said in a recent interview. "We're not just defense, we are offense. This is about restoring the combat spirit of America's forces." Yesterday, Hegseth reposted a Fox News story on X with the blurred caption, "Department of War." The order will direct Hegseth to oversee an immediate rebranding process, including changes to Pentagon signage, government websites, and official communications. He will be able to task with proposed legislative measure to Congress to make the remaining permanent, a step that may spark intense political debate. The renaming aligns with the Trump second-term military reforms, which has sought to recast the Pentagon's culture and symbolism. Hegseth has already reversed Biden-era moves that stripped U.S. military based on Confederate-linked names like Fort Bragg and Fort Hood, restoring the names but officially rededicating them to different figures. In June, he ordered the Navy to rename an oiler previously dedicated to gay rights activist and Navy veteran Harvey Milk, a move critics called ideological-driven. While Trump can order the Pentagon to use the Department of War title in its communications, a full legal change requires congressional approval, a step likely to be forcefully debated. Supporters argue that the word war conveys strength and honesty, while critics warn it signals unnecessary aggression and could complicate America's diplomatic image. For historians, the renaming is more than cosmetic. It revives debates over whether the United States should frame its global military role as one of defense and deterrence or as proactive warfare. In a sense, Trump's renaming of the Pentagon as the Department of War is a symbolic but politically charged move, evoking America's pre-Cold War military legacy while underscoring a shift towards an explicitly offensive picture. That's all for now in this update. Stay tuned to The Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.